Well, hello there! I've got my banana and strawberry milkshake ready to go for today's VEDA vlog. I found something on my Facebook feed earlier this morning and it caught my attention because I thought it was quite specific. The link was to Cosmopolitan. Okay, I don't actually read Cosmopolitan, but it just looked interesting because the title was 20 things you should know before dating a girl from a small seaside town. And I thought that was so hilariously specific that I had to go through it and just make a vlog about it while I read it. So let's see how many of these things they've written down actually matches what I've been through. Number 1. Will be a cheap date because everyone knows that the best eatery in town is the Chippy. To be fair, I am quite a cheap date, I think. I wouldn't say the best eatery in town is the Chippy. The town where I grew up does do bloody good fish and chips, and I don't really like eating fish and chips in London because I know they just won't be as good as the ones in Lee. So my standards for fish and chips is high, so it's kind of true in that regard. Number 2, don't diss the place we refer to as our local club, but is actually a shoebox sized room with sticky floors. To be fair, our local club was like a shoebox sized room and it was really sticky and I didn't like it, but you're free to diss it. I mean, yeah, I accept that the club that we had in Southend was mediocre at best. Number 3, will be good with your grandparents. What's their reasoning behind this? Oh, okay. Seaside towns are inexplicably made up of OAPs, so we're great with them. And they'll be dead impressed with our bridge skills too. I don't know how to play bridge. But it is true, seaside towns are mostly made up of OAPs, and I feel like I've helped out a many old person in my time, so yeah, maybe I will be good with your grandparents. Number 4, we will beat you at crazy golf. I feel like this would be true for most other people from seaside towns, but I never actually went to our crazy golf complex, but I know it was a big thing. And lots of people went to it for late days out and stuff, so that's probably true, I'll give you that one. Number 5, trying it on in the sea is not advised. I'm pretty sure trying it on in the sea is not advised anywhere for anyone sensible. We're still scarred by that friend of a friend's sister's cousin who ended up with a gross infection after some manky seawater went where manky seawater really shouldn't. Swimming pools maybe, not sea. Number 6, want to take ages to do your hair? No biggie. You'll be amazed by how patient we are, living somewhere with the world's slowest walkers and drivers in the world. We'll do that to a girl. No, that's fair. Everything goes really slowly in my seaside town, so I'd say I'm pretty patient because of it. Number 7, beware. You can't impress us with a trip to the coast and a romantic walk along the beach. I'm still impressed by those things. I'd find that romantic. Number 8, there's probably still a Woolworths where we come from. There was a Woolworths? I still remember being devastated when it closed down. Number 9, thought bus shelters and benches were just innocent structures? Wrong. Every bench and bus shelter in town has a rich history of gossip we'll share with you, from snogs to punch-ups and everything in between. Now, I was one of those people that didn't really take the bus. I overheard some of this bus shelter gossip, but I was never really part of it and I didn't really know the specifics, so it doesn't apply to me. Hey, this is a good vlog position. The sun is nice on my face, I might do that later. Number 10, we won't be amused if you laugh at ridiculous local news headlines. I have not seen any ridiculous local news headlines. Number 11, if we're walking around town, we'll have to stop and talk to everyone. Chris has said this, we have found myself just going along the high street and then me stopping to talk to someone who I used to know years and years ago. Number 12, going to the cinema will always feel like an awfully big adventure for us. As far as I know, there's only one cinema in town, and yes, it was a big deal going to it. Number 13, we will always look hot for our dates with you, even though most of our outfit will inevitably be things we found in one of the 35 charity shops. There are a lot of charity shops, however, I've not actually bought any clothes from them. 14, ditto decent gift shops. So our romantic prezzies to you will always be random shit we found down Oxfam. Okay, so I've bought like stuff like VHSs, like it says on here, and like scarves and stuff from the charity shops, but I wouldn't give them as gifts because that's being really cheap. Who does this? 15, city folk can have their trendy bars and posh restaurants, but us Seasiders know for a fact that playing on the 2p machines on the arcade is the most fun you can have on a Friday night. I always found those boring. Who thinks they're fun, really? They're fun for like 10 minutes. Number 16, bring earplugs if you want a decent night's sleep round ours. We're totally accustomed to the angry bee-like sound of youths whizzing about on mopeds. That doesn't happen. I think the loudest noises you get are when it's coming up to the summer and all those bikers will drive from wherever they're from all the way down to the seafronts, but that's about it. They're not angry youths on scooters. Number 17, if you learn one thing from us, it'll be to never underestimate the power of a seagull. That is true. I have seen many a visitor, friends and family, being either shat on or attacked by a seagull or had their food stolen from. This does happen, they're really vicious. Number 18, will be full of tales about the many eccentric local characters that make the town what it is. This is true to an extent. I only know of like one character. One of our characters was a guy called Penny Picking Steve. Rumour was that he used to go around to local nightclubs and just pick pennies off the floor or whatever change people would drop. He became like a local hero. Number 19, we will impress you with our inflatable skills in the sea. No, that's not a euphemism, but I am damn good with inflatables. Finally, number 20, if we're staring intently at the ground all of a sudden, don't be alarmed. one of our awkward teenage fumbles probably just walked past. That is true. I mean, where my parents' house is, I am exactly one road away from my first ex-boyfriend, and then another road away in the opposite direction from my second boyfriend. Ex-boyfriend. But luckily, I haven't actually had to walk past any of them. And that was that article. That was fun to read of a morning, wasn't it? I think the moral is here, don't believe most of what you read in Cosmopolitan. On the other hand, do you like how I have a really inconsistent background for all of my vlogs? One more note, oh, my peas are growing so big, and actually I can see 2 chives growing, like 2 single chives growing. The mint, however, has decided to stay under the ground. I'm not sure if it's because they take a long time to grow or if they've just died.